Tak přátelé, vás vítám na dnešní konferenci od Unreal Engineu. Jdeme se podívat na keynote od frajerů, co vyvíjeli teďka asi aktuálně nejsilnější engine na hry a na všechno ostatní. A snad tam bude kámo aspoň něco trochu zajímavého. Řekněme zvuk, jo? Ne.
Thanks for joining us. Epic was founded on building great games and sharing all of our technology openly with the community. We succeed when you succeed, and we want all developers to have the advantages we have ourselves when building games like Fortnite. Unreal Engine 5 is the latest chapter. We released the early access preview back in May, and the community has built some amazing things in it. Let's take a look. All of our
Chcete titulky k tomu? Asi chcete, že jo, dobrý. Takže já to přepnu.
Has built some amazing things in it. Let's take a look.
Super. Počkej, to bylo kousek s všema? VTF? V úpěvce? OK, to vypadá jako content, který mě zajímá.
Today we're launching Unreal Engine 5.0 to all developers. It's been battle tested in Fortnite Chapter 3, launched last December. So download it today and get started. What's most exciting now is that real-time 3D is bringing industries together with Unreal Engine 5 as their common medium. Among game developers, 48% of announced next-generation console titles are powered by Unreal. Automotive designers, fashion designers, and architects are doing everything from design visualization to brand activations and entertainment crossovers. Film and television producers are using Unreal for virtual production on set and for final pixels on the movie screen. Then they're bringing their content to games and live events on a mass scale. We're seeing the emergence of a new medium connecting people around the world, live and shared experiences. Whoever you build today is a stepping stone to bigger things in the future, so come join us on the journey and we'll build this future together. Next up, I'd like to introduce Kim LeBerry, CTO of Epic Games.
Hello, everybody. I can't believe it's been 8 years since we shipped Unreal Engine 4, and 7 years since we made it free for everybody to use. Since then, we've seen huge growth in engine usage, spanning games as well as many other industries. This incredible journey has afforded us the opportunity to work with some of the best creators from all over the planet. It's the work which has driven us to keep pushing the envelope to the point where we are today, which is the release of Unreal Engine 5. One of the founding principles of the company is that we bring the lessons we learn from our own game development back into Unreal. The scale and success of Fortnite took that model to a whole new level. Putting all that work back into the engine has made Unreal Engine way better across all platforms. I joined Epic because I've always believed that real-time technology has the power to revolutionize the creative process across all industries.
I know.
Being able to make instantaneous decisions within a near photoreal interactive environment is utterly transformative. It empowers you to make big changes to a scene and see them immediately in context. This is a better, quicker, and much more efficient way of creating content. It's been fantastic to see our customers using the engine in so many different ways, from indie creative projects all the way up to AAA games and even movies. But for us to really be sure that Unreal Engine 5 has achieved the goals we set for it, to really change the way interactive and linear media is made, we needed to push the engine to a new extreme.
Okay, takže další novinky, jo.
And that's how the Matrix Awakens demo came about.
Yes, Sam.
How do we know what is real?
I was fortunate enough to have worked on the first 3 Matrix movies at a time when visual effects was revolutionizing the movie business. Having the opportunity to work on another Matrix project and push technology yet again was really special. It was a privilege for us to bring the Matrix universe to a whole new generation of viewers and players. We wanted to show that high-end visuals at a massive scale were possible in a living, breathing, and believable open world. And we wanted to show that a player could be immersed in an exciting cinematic scene that would normally only be possible in a blockbuster film. What's been fantastic is seeing how a fully interactive set can change the process of filmmaking. In what can be described as life imitating art, we actually filmed the cinematic sections of the demo inside the Matrix City we had built, where our artists would drive cars, set up stunts, and place pyrotechnics all inside a fully simulated world. And because this is a simulation that can be recorded by Unreal, we can then place optimal cameras in the scene after the fact to give maximum cinematic impact. Unreal Engine 5 isn't just about making existing ways of doing things faster. It's about finding whole new approaches to transform the way content is made and experienced. Nanite micropolygon geometry allows for billions of triangles on the screen at any moment, and Lumen's real-time global illumination enables highly realistic lighting. They combine together to generate real-time content at a level that would have seemed like magic only a few years ago. For the building of the Matrix megacity, we didn't have a huge environment team, so we had to build it in a really smart and efficient way. We wanted to create a large-scale city with fidelity and complexity beyond what is typical in an open-world game. And for this, we deployed procedural content creation techniques, including partnering with our friends at Side Effects to use Houdini and Houdini Engine.
Takže oni naučili stroj vygenerovat to
Unreal Engine and into our other products. MetaHuman Creator and Quixel Megascans show how we're enabling creators to make very high-quality content more quickly than ever before. Pulling together the city for The Matrix Awakens and bringing it to life would have been impossible without these tools. Unreal Engine is revolutionizing how creators tell stories and how people experience them, enabling developers to leverage one set of assets for whatever type of content they can dream up, from games to linear animation, and even to live-action shows and movies. One of the most important aspects of creating the Matrix Awakens demo was our commitment to release the city as a sample content. We want to show in a step-by-step manner how we created this world together, and to provide a starting point for others to make their own worlds, tell stories, even build new games on top of this incredible digital city. Unreal Engine 5 is the foundation of next-gen content creation. So what are you waiting for? Go make something amazing.
Bez zkratce. Rozumím, no.
Starting today, it's never been easier to bring your creative vision to life.
Ahoj, Niku.
We built UE5 by looking at each individual aspect and asking ourselves, what technical hurdles can we remove to help developers put creativity first? We redesigned the Unreal Editor UI, making it easier to use with a streamlined, modern look, keeping you inside the 3D world that you're building. And we built tools for animation and modeling directly into the editor, enabling developers to fine-tune and iterate on content in context without round trips to external packages. Lumen frees developers to create dynamic worlds with high-quality global illumination. Nanite relieves developers from worrying about draw call, polygon, and memory budgets from a geometry perspective. And our new open world tools allow developers to collaborate in a single massive level. And to get you building even faster, alongside UE5, we're shipping Lyra, a new starter game. It's a complete end-to-end networked multiplayer game project that is an excellent foundation to build a game upon without having to start from a blank slate. It's built from modular components, utilizes Epic Online services for matchmaking, and is designed to run on PC, console, and mobile. With Lyra, you can jump in, customize it, add new content, and begin playtesting from day one. To see how easy it is to build on top of Lyra, let's jump in the editor with Zach Parrish.
Okay, so here we are inside of the Unreal Editor, and this is the Lyra project. And this is the Expanse level, one of 3 different levels that ship with the Lyra project. And I'm just gonna jump right in and play the game. So I'll click the play button and boom, we're playing Lyra inside the editor. And I know there's a bot waiting for me up here, and he's gonna try to get the shotgun, and I can't let that happen because it won't go well for me. Come on, I can do this. Okay, well, saw that coming. It's probably gonna happen a lot throughout this demo. Now, what we're gonna be focusing on is how we can take this level and modify it and really start to make Lyra our own. But before we do that, I wanna call out the lighting. This level is lit primarily with just the sunlight. As a matter of fact, if I move the sun around, you can see how Lumen just takes that light and naturally bounces it around the scene. And the light is influenced by the surfaces it hits. So if I was to take the floor, for example, and just drag and drop a new material on it, like red, for example, you can now see there's red light bouncing around the scene. And if you really just want to crank it up to 11, I could drag and drop like this neon green color that I imported from the early 90s. And you can see that the sunlight hits that and floods the whole scene with green light. Now, I would never leave it that way because that looks awful. Now, in addition to bounce light, Lumen also allows us to illuminate our scenes using emissive materials. So here's a ball that has an emissive material on it, and it is casting light into the scene, but it's hard to see with all this sunlight. So let's just take the sun and tuck it up underneath the level. And now you can see that the ball actually is casting light, and there is no light actor there.
Jako naprosto upřímně fakt to osvětlení vypadá v těch nových hrách úplně neuvěřitelně.
In fact, if I take the material and change its color, we can change the color of the light. And if I increase that emissive value, we can actually flood the scene with more light and in the process make a sphere that's actually painful to look at. Now that light is dynamic. You can see as I move the ball around, that lighting is following along.
Je to pěkná koule, čete, že?
So let's take a look at modifying our level. I'll just tuck the ball up here into the corner and let's bring the sun back. Now, Lyra was designed from the ground up for you to build your own games on. And to help with that, we've created a series of tools to help you out. So this looks like a regular static mesh window that I just duplicated off the back wall. But actually, this is a procedural mesh. So if I get it into the middle of the room and then right-click on it, and go to scripted actor actions, I can swap this out to its generated mesh. And now we can see a selection of handles that I can move around, and you see how that updates the object. So I can move the window around inside the shape. And if I go over to the details panel, I can increase the wall's width. We could increase its height. We could actually adjust, and you know what? Let's take the opening and we'll change it to make this into like a bunker that I can kind of hide behind to give me some protection from these bots. So we'll make that narrow, we'll slide it down a little bit. Maybe I'll increase the width by just a little. And when I'm done, I just need to convert this into a regular static mesh. I'll do that by clicking Generate New Static Mesh, and then right-click and choose Swap to Static Mesh, and boom, this is a mesh just like any other that you use to build a level. Now, of course, we're not limited to just duplicating existing meshes. If I wanted to, I can bring in fresh ones from the Tools menu that's included in the Lyra install, and you'll find that this is full of a series of these procedural tools that are all built using Blueprint on top of the already existing modeling tools in the Unreal Editor. So I can bring in this panel and just move this handle around to quickly drag out a ceiling for our little bunker. And if I'm happy with that, just right-click and swap that over to a static mesh. Now, I do need a way to get up here, which I'll admit, the whole thing was just an excuse for me to show you this really cool procedural stairway. So if I drag this in, check it out. I'm gonna rotate it around and aim it where it needs to go. And then we're gonna move it way far back, and obviously these stairs leave a little bit to be desired in terms of where they're going, but if I grab the handle in the upper corner, watch this. We can increase their length, and we can increase their height, and the system just automatically generates stairs for me. So, we'll just connect those right up and make a couple of quick edits. There we go. That looks pretty good. And we can also make them wider, so we'll just slide that out like so. I don't know why it needed a sound effect, but for some reason I feel like it did. Now we can also change the number of stairs as well. So I can take the step height and you can see I can adjust that. We can make these into floating stairs. Let's make sure that they are creating some collision. And I have to mention this because it makes me so fundamentally happy, but if you get right down on the stairs, we can actually turn on bevel, and we can add just a little bit of bevel to the edge of the stairs, which really helps when the light hits them just so. If we're done, if we're happy, we can just right-click and go back to scripted actor actions, swap that out to a static mesh, and there we go. We've built a new part of the level. Of course, it does have this really cool prototyping grid material, but let's make it fit the scene just a little bit better. We'll add some color to it. We'll bring in some red for the top area, and we'll make the stairs blue, because that's what I have handy. And there we go. Now, it'd be great if I also had some armaments, and we have access to the entire gameplay library that makes Lyra. So here is a weapon spawner, And by the way, this is defined entirely in Blueprint. So if I wanted to open this up and change its behavior, I could. I wouldn't even have to write a line of code, but all I'm going to do is change some settings. So let's take the weapon definition, we'll set that over to rifle, and I'll take the color and set it over to pink so that everybody knows that this is my rifle, and I'm the only one who gets to use it. And if I wanted to, we could just test this out. So let's hit play, and I'll quickly run up the steps. And I know that bot is coming, I can feel it. Come on. Okay, they went upstairs. All right, well, let's take our bunker. We'll grab our rifle. Now I got cover. Here we go. Yeah, that's right. Come on, come on. I don't know why I'm adding sound effects. I can't help it. But see, there you go. Just like that, I was able to change the overall flow of the level from something very open and frenetic to some place where I have cover, where I can pick up a weapon and really try to control the situation. And I did that using procedural tools that are already included with Lyra. Of course, we're not limited to that. We have the entire Epic Games ecosystem. We have the Marketplace, we have Sketchfab, we have Quixel Bridge, there's even ArtStation. And you can bring in content from those and really make Lyra look like anything you want it to be. So here's a statue that we actually had from a previous project. So I could just drag this in. And of course, this looks great. It has a lot of fantastic detail, but it doesn't quite fit the overall flow of Lyra. So let's just fix that. I'll just drag a new material on it. Surely no art director would have a problem with that. But the point is that you can just add whatever content your heart desires and really start turning your Lyra levels into anything you want them to be. So now you've seen how you can build your own games and experiences inside of Lyra. And this was using just one of 3 modes available inside the project. We have Elimination, which is like a standard deathmatch. We have Control, which is like a capture and hold mode. And there's even Exploder, which is like a top-down party game. And all of this is available to you today.
That's great, Zach. Thanks. Even though this is the first release of UE5, we've made sure the engine is ready to ship projects from day one. We're proud of the demos we built to drive development of Unreal Engine 5. Lumen in the Land of Nanite, Valley of the Ancient for our early access release, and The Matrix Awakens, available to players around the world on Xbox Series X and Series S and PlayStation 5. But to really put the engine through its paces, last December, we shipped Chapter 3 of Fortnite on Unreal Engine 5 across all platforms: PC, PS4 and PS5, Xbox One, Series X and Series S, Nintendo Switch, and Android. We completed a rigorous process comparing the performance, memory, and stability of Fortnite on UE5 with Fortnite on UE4, and we were able to make the transition smoothly without any major modifications to Fortnite's code or content. And the Fortnite team was able to take advantage of the new editor and workflows in UE5. Having taken the plunge ourselves, you can be confident that UE5 is battle-tested and ready for production. Now, our goal has always been for all developers to be able to take advantage of UE5, whether you're already working in UE4 or starting anew. We made sure the path to transition from UE4 to 5 is straightforward and well-documented, so you can hit the ground running with all of the new features right away. This is just the beginning. Future updates will include new features, improvements, and optimizations. And we're arming you with an arsenal of libraries and additional tools to put the power of creation in your hands day one. To preview some of these incredible tools, let's go to our friends at Epic Stockholm in Sweden.
Okay.
Hey everyone, Teddy here. High-quality photoreal content is incredibly expensive and time-consuming to create. Our mission is to bring you vast libraries of high-quality assets already made for you, and awesome tools for creating your own photoreal content and digital humans more quickly than ever before, so that you can concentrate on what matters most. Creating amazing experiences. I founded Quixel over a decade ago with the vision to build Megascans, a massive library of ready-made photoreal assets to simplify digital work creation for developers, all built with state-of-the-art scanning technology. A single such asset contains millions of triangles, and in the past, making use of such high-fidelity content to create billion-polygon scenes was limited to the motion picture industry and could simply not be done in games. But now, with the advent of Unreal Engine 5 and nanite micro-polygon geometry, it's finally possible to use this movie-quality content as is to create real-time experiences that are indistinguishable from reality, regardless of which industry you're in.
No, to bych
When
trochu
Quicksil joined Epic, we immediately made the entire Megascans library free for use with Unreal Engine and started work on integrating it into the engine itself to enable you to use all of these incredibly high-fidelity assets directly in Engine. With the release of Unreal Engine 5, you can now access the world's largest library of the highest quality scans for free, fully nanite compatible without ever having to leave the editor. With a simple drag and drop, you can instantly stream in full real nanite content to build any world imaginable. And if you need even more assets and can't find what you need in the Megascans library or Unreal Engine marketplace, we've joined forces with both ArtStation and Sketchfab, working to make millions of additional marketplace assets more accessible to developers. We're solving the problem of content creation at scale, with libraries of free assets and paid world-class assets from creators, featuring the best revenue share in the industry. Sometimes you might not find exactly the asset you're looking for, and would like to create it yourself. But take it from me, scanning custom assets has always been incredibly hard work that requires a great deal of training, as well as specialized and expensive hardware and software. For this reason, we've been working to distill our scanning experience and technology into an easy-to-use phone app, bringing the gold standard of photogrammetry straight into your pocket. We're calling this app Reality Scan. It intelligently guides you through the scanning process in AR to ensure optimal quality, processes all data automatically in the cloud, and publishes the final asset straight to Sketchfab for use anywhere, all for free. Our goal is to make it as easy as possible for you to create and share your own custom photoreal content whenever you need it. For the exact same reason, we also released MetaHuman Creator, a free cloud-based app that empowers professionals as well as beginners to create photorealistic digital humans, complete with hair and clothing, in minutes. This used to be incredibly challenging and time-consuming, but now you can create your own digital humans at the quality of the best-looking games out there. So, by combining this incredible free creator ecosystem of best-in-class tools and movie-quality content with the power of Unreal Engine 5, creating amazing photoreal games and experiences has never been this easy. With all these new free tools, you'll be able to start building in exciting new ways developed by both you and the community as a whole. And to tell you more about another great community resource, here is Sjoerd.
Thank you, Teddy. The community of creators all over the world is something that is very dear to us at Epic. I started my personal journey when I first discovered Unreal Engine 23 years ago, when I was just 15 years old. I started creating levels for Unreal tournaments, joined its community, and it changed my life, as we've seen it do for so many others. We are excited to provide the engine and our whole ecosystem of tools to everyone, but we're equally thrilled to ensure that we equip creators with the knowledge and support you need to succeed, making it as easy as possible to find and share knowledge across the community. With the next generation of Unreal Engine launching, we have been working on our new community site, dev.epicgames.com/community. The site brings together a number of different community channels and tools to make it easy to find all of our resources in one place: learning content, forums, questions and answers, and code snippets. The learning section is a centralized, fully open and accessible library of all kinds of courses, tutorials, live streams, and tech talks for you to browse through and read or watch. And what I really like is that anyone can write tutorials and contribute to this library of content through an easy-to-use tutorial editor that lets you freely build up your page using text, image, video, and code widgets. If, for example, you discover how to do amazing procedural animation using Control Rig to add secondary motion to your characters, you can share those learnings with other devs.
Okay.
The Unreal Engine forums have been fully integrated in order to give you a space to showcase your cool projects, discuss things with other devs, or to find solutions from others. There is also the snippet repository to share and store snippets of code such as C++ and Python, or text-based assets such as blueprint, materials, meta sounds, and so on. For example, in the Lyra starter game, one of our devs made a blueprint setup that measures the running speed of the player and then uses that to drive reactive music via meta sounds. If you have an interesting setup like that, You could simply copy and
To jsou
paste
vodopády,
that
že
from
jo?
the
To
unread
jsou
letter
VFX
to
nějaký.
the snippets
Jo.
on the site, and by doing so, store things you would like to remember, or more importantly, share with others so that they can use your work as a foundation. And lastly, activity is captured and represented through your profile that you can personalize to represent who you are and what you create. If you're looking to up your skills, or if you have questions and you need help with something, or perhaps simply to show your awesome work or discoveries, come and join us in the Unreal Engine community at dev.epicgames.com/community. I'm always so inspired by all the amazing work that is being created by everyone around the world. We count ourselves fortunate to be able to give back to our amazing community in the form of mega grants and fellowship programs. Today, we are proud to highlight some of the astounding work being produced by the community, and here's just a sample of all that amazing work.
To byl returnál? A ta dalo to asi smysl, no. No, takže to je vlastně keynote a tím jakoby pro nás končí konference, že jo?
Awesome to see so many
OK, takže tady to asi katnem. Už jakoby prostě nejpokračovat dál, protože to už je potom úplnej detail, no. Hele, já myslím, že Adama nepotřebuju, já zkusím teda udělat shrnutí za mě, jo. Prostě v praxi pravděpodobně nic z tohohle toho není teda žádná novinka, bys to, co říkal Adam a ostatní, ale já bych teda možná jenom řekl jednu zásadní věc a to je prostě za mě to, že v momentě, kdy dneska je takhle jednoduchý v uvozovkách, takhle jednoduchý udělat takhle dobře vypadající hru, tak bychom opravdu měli začít být brutálně kritický k vývojářům v tom, že ty hry mají obsahovat nějaký kurevsky dobrý gameplay. Ježe prostě v takovéhle situaci, kdy prostě jste schopni udělat hru, která vypadá jako prostě z filmového plátna, tak doslova mi by měla být ten největší fokus na zábavný gameplay. A prostě pokud nebude, tak byste vy jako hráči měli být kritický k tomu, aby to prostě tak bylo. Protože teďko najednou to bude vypadat tak, že dalších 5 let budu vycházet akorát rysovou krásný. Už se chápem? Ježe on to samozřejmě nebude tak jednoduchý, ono to není tak easy, jak to prezentujou, a tak já to chápu. Jako prostě samozřejmě, že pořád ty vole vytvořit hru bude chemie jako prase a záleží, jaký asety budeš používat, jaká hra to bude, na kterou platformu to bude a tak dále, a tak dále, a tak dále. Ale prostě měli bychom jako fakt primárně šlapat do toho, aby ty hry byly hratelné. Teď se teda samozřejmě bavíme jakoby primárně o velkých vývojářích. Že teďko nemůže argumentovat, nevím, Sony, Microsoft, Bethesda a tak dále něčím, jakože mají úžasně krásnou hru. To gratuluju, brácho. To je základ a teďko jakoby jdeme dál prostě, jo. Tak jsem to jakoby chtěl vzít.